From Student Housing and Residential Life, Eva Rose.
Class of 2018? Okay, if you don't know, this is going to be the interactive part of the presentation. So dad, mom, grandma, get ready, right? So what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about housing. And I'm going to tell you all about the great things about housing. More importantly, I'm going to talk to you about it in two parts. One part, I'm going to talk to you about the physical structure of housing. And the other portion, I'm going to talk to you about why live on campus in the first place. So do me a favor, raise your hand if you have already signed up to live on campus. Awesome, awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause. That's like 70% of the room there, right? So for those of you who haven't made that decision yet, I want to talk to you about it. And by the way, my name is Tiba Rose, and I'm the marketing manager for student housing and residential life here on campus. First thing is the Cougar Village. Cougar Village is our freshman facility designed specifically for all the needs of our freshmen. We built this building about 3.5, 4 years ago, and I'll tell you some of the things about it. This is the lobby area, right? Just wide open for you to relax, hang out, and get to study and do things. But the number one question you should always ask is, what do I look like hanging out in that space? We're going to ask that over and over. So mom, that's what your student looks like hanging out in that space, studying, getting to know things, right? And then next question is, what does my room look like? It's going to be you and your roommate's room, and you're going to have suite mates right next door to you. What's your name?
London.
London?
Yeah.
London, number one question you have is? What do I look like hanging out in that space? London, you look just like that hanging out in that space, right? Right? So then, of course, some of you may say, well, what does the bathroom look like? Well, that's an interesting question. This is what the bathroom area looks like, right? And I know, number one question you have is, what's your name?
Skylar.
Skylar. Number one question you have is?
What do I look like?
Say it again.
What do I look like doing that?
Great question, Skylar. When you get ready for your finals, you look just like that, right? That is what Skylar looks like when she's getting ready for a big test, right? So, architectural majors, this is what you want to know. Say, you know, what does the architectural rendering of the space looks like, right? Because I want to know. So it's going to be a bed, desk, dresser, and chair, right? Your bed's on one side, your roommate's bed's on the other. If you'll notice in the top of the screen, you're going to see that it's the toilet area there, and then right next to it is going to be the shower. Now, this is Cougar Village 2, of course. Cougar Village 2 is designed exactly like Cougar Village 1. The only difference separating the two is that one of them, Cougar Village 1, has the toilet and the shower in one room, while Cougar Village 2 has them separated. That is by far the only difference of the two. Now, this is you studying and hanging out and relaxing or blowing off some steam after a good final. Now this is Moody Towers. Moody Towers is two 17-story towers of greatness because you get to see over downtown and Missouri City and the medical center. Just about all over town you can see from 17 stories up. This is the lobby area. Mom, what's the number one question?
What do I look like when I'm hanging out?
Mom, that's what you look like, Mom. When you're studying that space, that's exactly what you look like in that area, right? Now, this is the room. And in this particular room, let me tell you what comes with it. Bed, desk, dresser, and chair. Also, this room comes with a mini fridge. A mini fridge is going to be the refrigerator on the bottom and a microwave on top. So parents, you don't need to bring that. And if you were in Cougar Village 1 or 2, you also would have a mini fridge, right? Wouldn't have the microwave, but you'd have the mini fridge, so you don't need to bring that as well. Dad, number one question?
When do I eat?
What do I... Dad, you're not eating anytime soon, buddy. No time soon. Number one question?
What do I look like when I'm
Great question. That's exactly what you look like when you're studying in that space, you and your roommates, right? And then this is you hanging out and getting this is where we build muscles, right? So you can come down here, go to the gym. We have a fitness area in each one of our facilities. And then, of course, this is the answer to Dad's question, where do I eat? So this is where you eat on campus, Pop, right? So this is where you're going to eat. This is going to be our fresh food on campus where we actually have a brick oven where we make the pizzas. And then this is you eating that pizza just in case, right? And then...
Ask a question again.
No. You're coming up next. Next question here is the quadrangle. This is going to be for our sophomores and up. For our sophomores and up, we've actually opened that up to be all of our student population. But this is what the space looks like without you. And I know the number one question you have, Mom, is what do I look like in that space? This is it, with you studying and hanging out in that space. And then, of course, this is what the actual room looks like. But I split it so that you'd see into you and your suite mate's room, right? But, of course, you want to know, what do I look like in that space? Bang, that's what you look like if you were a girl hanging out in that particular space. And then there's going to be Cougar Place. Cougar Place is designed for our sophomore population and up, right? So the neat part about it is if you've ever been skiing, this is what it looks like. If you've ever watched a ski movie, it's kind of like a combination between a ski lodge and a BW3s, right? Right here to hang out and study. And then, of course, this is you and your suite mates hanging out and doing things. And then this is what the actual architectural rendering looks like, where you can see everyone's room, and it's separated by a door, and then of course you have your lobby and the bathroom area. This is Calhoun Lofts. Calhoun Lofts is designed for our junior population and up. Now, in Calhoun Lofts, you're going to have polished concrete floors, concrete ceilings. It's actually going to look a lot like Midtown or downtown or New York, right? It's going to come with just about everything you see except for the rug and the plant, right? So it's going to come with the table, the chairs, the love seat. Now, in the bedroom area, it's going to come, well, this is you sitting in that space. And this is the bedroom area. It's going to come with a full-size bed, desk, dresser, and chair, right? And this is you on the Sky Lounge, just relaxing. Now, this is Cambridge Oaks. Now, if you've always wanted to live in a traditional apartment complex, this is it. Balcony on the second floor. It's a 2-story apartment complex. You also have, if you were on the first floor, a small patio there. But inside, it's going to be your living room and your kitchen area. Small dining room there, just a traditional apartment complex. So if you've always wanted one, you have an opportunity to live in one on campus. And then, of course, a pool on site. And then we have Bayou Oaks. Bayou Oaks is also going to be a pretty much traditional apartment complex, except it's 4 stories high, and you're able to move about the building inside the building. This is what your living room looks like, and this is an actual student's bedroom area. And then, lastly, there's Cullen Oaks. Cullen Oaks is going to be very similar to Bayou Oaks. The only one of the differences is in the living room area, as you can tell here, the living room and the kitchen has a little bit of a bar to it, right? And I want to show you the actual bedroom space. That's what it looks like. Now, what I've shown you is part A. It's just half of it. Half of the story is where you sleep and wake up and possibly make yourself something to eat. Let's talk about why live on campus. One of the number one reasons to live on campus is convenience, right? So it's convenient. We have a convenience store located in several of our residential facilities. And one of the neatest parts is all you have to do is simply walk down to get an aspirin or to get a Coke or to get a chips or cleaning products, or just about everything you'd find in a Walgreens or a CVS you can find here, even produce. So you can find tomatoes and vegetables and everything else right in our convenience stores. And then, of course, it's free laundry. Raise your hand if your mom does your laundry. Man, it's nothing like that, right? Nothing. That's free, right? That's free laundry. But it's going to be free laundry located right here on campus. So instead of having to take the laundry all the way to mom's house, you can actually do your laundry free here. Mom likes that. And then, of course, there's free tutoring. Now, I know your parents have helped you in the past, or you've stayed late at school and they've had these opportunities for tutoring. Well, we have that exact same thing here, located at Cougar Village 1. The coolest part about having free tutoring is it's free. All you have to do is, if you need help on a subject, simply go down and get tutored. Now, we have quite a few events. We even have a cooking event where we show students how to cook. Now, I know traditionally students have been experts at making ramen noodles, right? But wait, there's more. We teach you how to cook different things here on campus. We have a cooking program where we show you how to make different things. The next picture is where we actually took or have a pep rally. And then, of course, the next picture is actually a football game. Now, why am I showing you that? Because 9 times out of 10, if you don't live on campus, you'll miss all of these connecting opportunities. But I want to tell you about some of the other things that you'll experience when living on campus. No commute. Now, you don't have to walk around in your pajamas like the young lady to your left. We'll get you dressed, I promise. But there's no commute. You can literally walk to class. And then, of course, there's Room Sync. Room Sync is our opportunity to actually help you become roommates or find a roommate. So let's say, for example, you're looking for a roommate and you just don't know who to find and how to pick a roommate. Well, on Room Sync, you'll be able to go onto Facebook and it shows you exactly what person's profile is looking for a roommate. So this person may say, look, I'm a Scorpio, like long walks in the park, I stay up late, and I hate chili cheese dogs. Great. So you can find a person just like that in the matching profile. It's going to let you find a person who's very similar to yourself. Now, MapWorks. MapWorks is a program that we use to help track your progress while you're here on campus. The number one thing we know is you're going to graduate in 3 to 4 years, right? You pay for the 6th and the 10th and whatever year you stay here, right? That's not free. So we know you're going to graduate in 3 to 4 years, right? Absolutely. So since you're going to graduate in 3 to 4 years, this MapWorks helps us to track your progress and help you to stay on course so that you graduate in that 3 to 4 years. And then, of course, I wanted to show you this because it's very important. We are a 700-acre community. What does that mean to you? That means that there are quite a few ways to get around campus, but driving is not one of them. If you select to take your car, by the way, congratulations to those of you who your parents have bought you a car, or you've rented a car, or you bought a car with your own money, or grandpa gave you a car, however the car got there. Congratulations on the new car. Here's the small part. The small part is you might not want to bring that car to campus, parents, and here's why. Because on one end of the campus and all around it is where the parking is. But all of your classes are right in the middle, which simply means you'll never drive to the class. You'll only drive to another parking lot. Which simply means your car will sit out there until you come to visit it on the weekend. Hey, I missed you, right? So instead of bringing your car, which I know you want to bring, let me tell you what you could do. You could walk to class. It's an ideal concept, right? Some people do it. You could walk to class, right? And if you don't like walking to class, you could catch the shuttle. It's 100% gratis. It's 100% free. You can catch the shuttle to class. That doesn't get you yet? Okay, well, if you don't like the shuttle, you could also ride a bike. You could ride a bike from one end of the campus to the other, right? Free. You don't like the bike yet? Okay, we'll get there. This is a rental car program. For $8 an hour, it covers the car, the gas, and the insurance. Now, why is that important to you? Parents, you've never rented a car for $8 an hour covering the gas, the car, and the insurance. It's never happened in your life, but you can as a student here. Now, why is that important? Because you don't need a car. We have cars for you already here. When you get here, we have the cars here. Look, we've got the cars, the food, everything. All you have to do is stop by Target or Bed Bath & Beyond, grab some sheets, get here, and everything's set for you. Now, by the way, we're still on transportation, so if you don't like the rental car, you could always skateboard, right? Listen, if I haven't said anything you like so far, you don't like skateboarding, you don't like any of those, you could also piggyback. I mean, it's my favorite. You can piggyback to class, it works, right? Then, there's the Metro Rail. Now, the Metro Rail comes here in 2014, October 2014. That's this year in a few months, right? Now, why is that important to you? That's important to you because you need to know that there's going to be a Metro Rail literally coming in front of the building, and all you have to do is get on it to go downtown, Midtown, Medical Center, anywhere else you want to go in the city. So what I want to do is I want to take you through the feeling of what it feels like to live on campus. Mom, let me borrow this for a second. So listen, this is what you need to know. You are going to graduate magna cum laude, sum laude, laude. You're going to be a laude of some sort, right? You're going to graduate some kind of laude. And so when you're sitting there in that interview, the person's going to say, well, tell me, James, Jacob, Jennifer, whatever your name is, tell me why I should hire you over someone else. You see, I've hired all these other people before you got here. So the number one question is, why are you over them? Here's the answer. The number one answer is, listen, when I was at the college, when I was at University of Houston, I was in student government. I participated in different programs. Listen, when we had projects and programs, I was the one that volunteered to either do the presentation in terms of speaking for it, or I did X, Y, and Z. You're going to talk about all the things you did when you lived on campus. We know that while living on campus, your college experience is heightened because of all the different things that you learn and do because of it. Now listen, when you graduate and you're getting interviewed and you're getting hired, they've already hired people that are good. They may be looking for a leader to lead, but you'll have to get the leadership experience. When you got out of your class at 3 or 4 o'clock and got in your car and went home and went to sleep, we skipped that part where you were leading an organization. We skipped that part where you were a part of different group studies and group projects. We skipped that part. Let's talk about being a part of that. Thanks, Mom. So what I want to do is I want to take everybody to a football game. So take everything off your laps. Mom, Dad, Grandma, take everything off your laps. Everything. Right?
Ready.
Okay, so now I need your help. I need you to help me throw these out. Okay. And pass these out. So we're going to take you to a football game. And we're going to throw these. Grandma, catch this one. Right? So we're going to take you to a football game. And at the football game, everybody's getting these and they're throwing them out in the crowd. Right? Okay, pass it back. Right? This is exactly what it's like at a football game, right? They're in the audience, they're in the crowd. We're gonna get there, we're getting there. Where? Got it? Thanks, Dad.
Well, I'll take it.
All right, so now we're at the football game. So if you've got a towel, wave that towel in the air. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. This is side A and this is side B, right? Now, let's see, what's your name? Omar, fantastic. Omar, that's you. Okay. And what's your name? Sarah. Omar, Sarah, Omar. Great. So, Omar is going to go to the football game. Omar lives on campus. Round of applause for Omar. Sarah doesn't live on campus, but she wants to. Round of applause for Sarah. Right? It's going to happen. We're working on it, right? So, Sarah is going to go to the football game, and Omar's like, Sarah, you ought to go to the football game, and when we go, you paint your face, it's going to be face, it's going to be great, it's going to be awesome, you ought to come to the football game. So Sarah's like, okay, I'll go. So Sarah goes to the football game. So Omar's there. Omar's like, Sarah, this is awesome, this is incredible. Right? Aren't you having a good time, Sarah? Yeah, I'm good. Sarah's like, oh my God, this is so fun. So Case Keenum is the quarterback, and Case Keenum is going to throw the football. Is the receiver going to catch it?
Yes.
Hey, this is my dream. Of course the receiver's going to catch it, right? So the receiver's going to catch the ball, right? The crowd's going to go wild. The crowd goes wild. Woo. Come on, Dad, you're going to have to go wild on that. Crowd goes wild. Right? You've been wild before. You've been wild, right? So the crowd goes wild. Now, when the receiver catches it, what happens? Omar's like, oh my God, this is great. So what happens? Sarah's like, oh wow. So now Sarah's soaping the crowd. Sarah's soaping the crowd, the towels are waving, and she's excited, everybody's having a good time. So what happens? Omar says, listen, let's go get something to eat. So they go back to the residence hall after it's all said and done, and we won the game, because we would win. We won the game. So now we're back at the residence hall, and we're eating. So what happens? Well, Sarah's got to go home because she don't live on campus. Omar goes back to his room, takes a nap, and the following morning, it's Saturday morning, Omar's in the pool, and Omar's like, oh my God, this was so great. This was so incredible, man. And I'm reminiscing on how great it was, and then when the quarterback caught the ball, and gosh darn, it would be great if Sarah lived on campus, wouldn't it? Sarah! So then Sarah lives on campus, right? That's you, Sarah. So Sarah lives on campus. What's my point? My point is living on campus is the experience in college experience. So here's what we're going to do. When I say side A, I want you to pat your legs. Mom, this will warm you up, I promise. When I say side A, I want you to pat your legs. Side A? This is side A. Side A? That's a golf clap. Side A, give it to me. Okay, let it go. Side B, when I say ground cover, pat your leg, ground cover. Come on, side B. Side B. All right, now, you already know, when I say whose house, you say?
Whose house?
Oh, so if you didn't know, I say whose house, and you say whose house, and when I say whose house, you say? Whose house. Okay, side B, give me ground cover. Give it to me, side B, give me ground cover. Side A, whose house? Whose house. Side A, whose house? Whose house. Okay, side A, give me ground cover. Side B, whose house? Side B, whose house? Okay, that's good, but that would be like if we went to a golf game, right? That'd be a really good golf game. Let's go to a football game. Everybody stand up. Everybody up, everybody up. All right, now we're at the football game, right? The quarterback throws the ball. We just caught it. We're winning the championship. We're beating Rice and UT and A&M. We're beating them all, right? Right? So everybody know how to make the cool sign? Right? So when I say whose house, we're going to do it all together. And if you've got a towel, I need you to wave your towel in the air. Right? On the count of three, whose house? That's pretty good. That wasn't three. That wasn't three. Let's try that at the count of three. You ready? 1, 2, 3. Whose house? Whose house? Whose house? Whose house? Ladies and gentlemen, that exhilaration that you feel right now, that's what it's like to live on campus. Give yourself a round of applause for being on campus. Congratulations, that's exactly what it feels like. Ladies and gentlemen, class of 2018, all you have to do now is go to www.uh.edu/housing and sign up for housing. I would jump over that right now, but. So, ladies and gentlemen, sign up for housing today, and we'll see you on campus. Everybody like the towels? Sign up today. Let's go to a football game and make it happen. We'll see you at the top. Thank you.